Have you ever heard of the SUDC? Today, we're going to dive in with Julia Burgess, the founder of this incredible organization, and the story behind it, which is absolutely beautiful and inspirational. Thank you, Julia, for spending some time today.
Yeah.
I think we should delve right in. I just said, let's reverse engineer this story with the end in mind.
Yep.
Explain to us what the SUDC is.
Yep. So SUDC is Sudden Unexplained Death in Childhood.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually the 5th leading cause of death for children ages 1 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's when a child dies unexpectedly, most often in their sleep, and after an autopsy and investigation and everything, there's no explanation.
Mm-hmm.
And so in 2016, we had never heard of this
Mm-hmm.
until our daughter Vivian died on November 13th,
Mm-hmm.
2016. So it's something, I mean, most medical professionals have never heard of it. Many medical examiners have never heard of it. We've heard of SIDS or we've heard of other things. And so this is over the age of 1.
Mm-hmm.
So 1 to 18. Most often it's in the younger children, 1 to 4.
Right.
And so, so now
it's a big number.
It is a big number.
There's a lot of loss.
So about 400 children in the U.S. every year.
Mm-hmm. Which doesn't seem like a lot, but it is.
It is, and those are the ones we know about.
Mm-hmm.
So that we know that there's many people that experience this that never find the SUDC Foundation, which is the nonprofit that serves all of the people that experience this and help fund research and do all of that.
So it is national.
It's national, actually international.
International.
Yep. And so our goal is really to make people, bring awareness to SUDC, make sure people know about it, and then really support the families. And so there's the broader SUDC Foundation, which is the international organization, which I serve on the board of, and that we do all these services at no cost for the families.
Right.
So free mental health care, provide lots of support for the families, including siblings and grandparents and whatnot. And then we also fund research.
It's incredible. So I've known Julia and her husband Wade for 15 years. And I was a part of your life during this window of time when this happened. I was here actually the next day. And the transformation of your life was instant.
Right.
And the inspiration behind what's happened because of the loss of Vivian is incredible. During a time when loss is so difficult, I couldn't think of a better foundation I wanted to be a part of. As every year we want to contribute some way, right, to some type of foundation. The fact that you've built out an international organization in this time is just such an inspiration. So backtracking, right after this happened in the community you live in, this is Summit Hill in St. Paul, Minnesota, you created an amazing park right across the street.
Yep.
And that was the first effort in starting a support mechanism to support this organization. So let's visit a little bit about that.
Yep. So, and just to clarify, there's the SUDC Foundation, and then we started our own foundation called Vivian's Joy Foundation.
Right.
So let's just
to
clarify.
That.
So the SUDC Foundation existed, and now we formed our family foundation, which provides a ton of support to the SUDC Foundation. But our first project was to redevelop the park, the playground at Boyd Park, which is right across the street from our house. So we get to look at it every day.
Yeah.
So it was a huge project, and I just heard something, actually an article this morning about grieving during the holidays, and talking about different types of grievers, and they talked about people who are doers and want to do something. And so
you're right, and that
was me.
You are. That is you and Wade. Totally.
Yeah, that was me. So within a couple months of losing Vivian, I knew I had to do something. And it's one of the, I don't even know what I would, I don't know that I knew.
You didn't even know where the beginning was. It just happened.
It just happened. So I looked across the street and I was like, that playground needs to be redone. Yeah. We need to redo it. So that's what we really channeled our energy into the first 2 years. So did a huge community build, fundraised a completely from the ground fundraising for it in our community in St. Paul and all our friends and family. Just an amazing effort.
A huge outcome with
huge
amazing result.
Yeah, and so we donated that to the city of St. Paul. And it's just amazing to look at it every day and have it right there. And I think it's a source of comfort for us as well as our older daughter. And now our focus really is how do we continue to support all of the families that experience this.
Right.
And how do we make sure that they that they know that there's people to support them.
Right. So you started Vivian's Joy in what year?
2017.
It was 2017,
Yep.
and now you do an event
Yep.
every year, and it's coming up in 2024.
Right.
What's the date on that?
So it's in September, the third week of September in 2024. So this is the every other year, the SUDC Foundation, so the bigger organization, does a family retreat, a national family retreat where families from all over the country can gather. And I think,
it's amazing.
While we all know grieving people and everyone, there's many people who've experienced child loss, but to be with people who know this child loss is so impactful, and to feel like there's people who get it and who know what it's like to wake up and literally your child is gone without any notice.
Yeah, you can't imagine what that must be like.
So this is such an amazing event, and we really work to make it accessible to everyone. And so our family foundation now is a principal sponsor of that event.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So the whole effort in the month of December, as part of the SUDC fundraising effort for Vivian's Joy, for the event coming up in September, that's why we're here today. We are creating a platform where you can donate. Whatever you can donate there'd be so much gratitude there. And you can learn more about this organization. In the event, maybe you know somebody who's gone through a loss like this, that there is support out there for you. And we were just visiting. There are so many opportunities out there for support, whatever it might be, whatever kind of loss. And this is a wonderful segue to share, if there's something going on in your life and you need that support mechanism, reach out and research and find a team of people, a group of people, a support structure that's going to help with that loss and help with the healing process.
I think it's so essential. And I mean, that it has been a lifeline for us to connect with other families and for the siblings too. We have a now 12-year-old daughter. She was 5 at the time. And for her to have other siblings who know what this is like too. And of course, as they age and go through their grief changes. And so I think that's been really beneficial to have those connections.
Well, imagine, we were just visiting about that. Sibling loss is a real thing, and there is a healing process involved for sure. It opens up a passage for them to collaborate and meet other children.
And to know they're not alone. I think that's all of this is like, we're not alone.
You're not alone.
And I remember the minute we actually found the SUDC Foundation really quickly, just by chance, right after Vivian died. And I just remember this immediate sense of, I'm not alone. It's not my fault. That's another big piece of this. And so it's real. That's why, for our fundraising and for what Vivian's Joy does, it's so important to us to make sure that the families really can feel that connection and have access. While it's nice to be on Facebook and email and text with each other, to be in person,
to physically have that support is so important.
So important. And so people really appreciate this ability to be together, and all the programming, we really try to make it at no cost to the families other than their travel costs. And even there, we try to provide as much support as possible. So
where's the event this year?
So it's in Missouri. It's in Branson. So we try to pick a central location.
Yeah, that's smart.
So central location that hopefully doesn't have a ton of weather issues. We're trying to figure out. There's never a perfect location because we have people coming from every coast, every which way. We have families that have maybe never been on an airplane before, or never done a big trip. So how to make it as comforting, and it's very overwhelming, especially early in the grief process.
Especially when it's early.
So really, how do we create that safe space and just ability to gather and be with everyone in their grief wherever they are. So we're going to link up the SUDC Foundation.
We're going to the foundation. We're going to link up Vivian's Joy Foundation. They're interconnected.
And we provide now our main grant every year is to the SUDC Foundation specifically for this family retreat.
So the link we have for you to click on is going directly to your organization, which then is sent directly. 100% of those proceeds will go directly to the SUDC. Brilliant. You should be so proud of yourself.
Thanks. I'm so grateful for your support and just helping us bring awareness. That's another big thing, is making sure people know about it.
Well, we're so lucky to have these platforms now, and to share to many is the whole point. I ran into your Facebook page, this was right after Thanksgiving, and I was visiting with my social team about fundraising.
Yeah.
The month of December, I'm like, Julia.
No, we're
popped
so
into my-
grateful.
Yeah, with Julia,
Yeah, we're
because
so
we
grateful.
haven't really done any collaboration since this happened. So I am so grateful to be a part of it,
Yeah, thank you.
and so grateful to know you and Wade. You've been an inspiration as a family, and we appreciate you stepping in and visiting with everybody about what this is about.
Well, and we're so, like you said, any support is helpful, and it makes a big difference.
It's
So we're
just
really
the
grateful.
littlest amount,
Yep.
anything
Yep.
is helpful.
Totally.
Absolutely. So
Thank you.
Julia Burgess, the SUDC Foundation, Vivian's Joy. Check the link out below, and thank you so much.